Okay, it's a word problem. A clothing business finds there is a linear relationship between the number of shirts N it can sell and the price P it can charge per shirt. Which makes sense. I mean, more than likely, the more expensive your shirts are, the less you're going to sell. But anywho, in particular, historical data showed that 1,000 shirts can be sold at a price of $30, while 3,000 shirts could be sold at a price of $22. Well, look at that. That's what I just said. Cheaper the price, the more shirts you can sell. Find a linear equation in the form of P of N equals Mn plus B. That gives the price P they can charge for N shirts. So instead of X and Y, they're using N. N is like your X and P is like your Y. Because normally you see like F of X is equal to Mx plus B. Well, they're saying P of N equals Mn plus B. Your X is the same thing as your N. And P of N, this whole thing, P of N is like your Y. All right. So anywho, whenever you have to come up with an equation, you need the slope and the y-intercept, neither of which they gave me. So I need to find the slope and the y-intercept, or at least find the slope. And remember that slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, where you're given 2 points, x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. And when I look up here, they have given me, it says 1,000 shirts can be sold at a price of $30. So that is one ordered pair right there. Let's see, N is the number of shirts and N is X, so 1,000 shirts, and then P is the price, which is Y, will be 30. So there's that one. And then 3,000 shirts can be sold at a price of 22. So I have another ordered pair, 3,000, 22. So I'm going to see this one as x sub 1, y sub 1, and this one as x sub 2, y sub 2. So y sub 2 is the 22 minus y sub 1 is the 30. Y sub 1, and then x sub 2, this is x sub 2, so that's 3,000 minus x sub 1, and x sub 1 is the 1,000. So 22 minus 30 is a negative 8. 3,000 minus 1,000 is 2,000, and just I wonder if I can reduce that. Can you divide 8 into 2 grand? 2,000 divided by 8? Yes, it does. So 8 goes into 8 once, and 8 goes into 2,250 times. That's my slope. Now, at this point, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can use the P of N equals Mn plus B form to figure out B, or you can use the point slope formula, which says y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1, and then pick one of these 2 points to plug in as your x sub 1, y sub 1 in the equation. And since it does say x sub 1, y sub 1, I think I'll just use my x sub 1, y sub 1. So I'm going to use the first point right here. And then we found the slope was -1. That was m, -1 over 250. That's going to go right there. Okay, so my equation is going to be y minus y sub 1 was the 30. And then that's going to equal the slope, which is -1 over 250 times x minus x sub 1 was the 1,000. All right. But now all I have to do is distribute and add over the 30 to get y by itself. And then remember, y is really p sub n. So I'm going to distribute that. Kind of running out of room here. I'm going to have y minus 30 equals -1 over 250x. A negative times a negative will make this a positive. And 250 actually goes into 1,000 4 times. And then I am going to add 30 to both sides. Hope you can see this and it's not gone off my screen. Okay, so my final answer should be y equals -1 over 250x plus 34. And of course, they already have the p of n right here. So you just type in the -1 over 250 plus 34. I will jump back to this. Okay, it's not giving me, nope. It's not giving me the symbol where I can type in a fraction. So if you want to enter 1/2 n, type this as, all right, so parentheses, -1 backslash 250, close the parentheses, hit the times sign, then the n, and then plus 34. And then plus 34. And how did I do? Yay! Hope that explains that.